Subscribe for more videos. Let's get started. This movie opens on the stunning Gold Coast of Australia. Canadian tourist Greg, played by Liam Granke, arrives with his pregnant friend Heather, played by Ellen Newton, for an exciting shark diving trip called Tucker's Experience. Their boat captain is Tucker, portrayed by Jai Courtney, charming on the surface but with a shady vibe. Early on, Tucker asks if they're alone, which makes Heather uneasy, but they decide to go ahead. Once they're out at sea, Tucker shares a story about surviving a shark attack, even showing off the bite scars on his torso. Greg and Heather are intrigued. Soon, they're lowered into the water in a diving cage, surrounded by majestic sharks. Heather, nervous at first, ends up mesmerized by the experience. But then, the unthinkable happens. Tucker pulls them back up, and out of nowhere, he stabs Greg in the throat twice and tosses his body into the water. Heather screams, frozen in horror. Just like that, what started as a fun adventure turns into a nightmare. Meanwhile, we meet Zephyr, an American surfer played by Hassie Harrison. She's traveling solo along the coast and crosses paths with Moses, played by Josh Heuston, a smooth-talking real estate agent with car trouble. He kind of blackmails Zephyr into helping him by threatening to tell a store she used their dumpster. They end up bonding over surfing and life stories, and eventually spend the night together. The next morning, Zephyr heads off to surf but realizes she left her fin key at Moses's place. She runs into Tucker and asks if he has a spare. While she's distracted texting Moses, Tucker bags her head and abducts her. Moses, sensing something's wrong when he can't reach Zephyr and sees her van getting towed, goes to the police. Meanwhile, Zephyr wakes up chained to a bed and finds Heather is also there, still alive but terrified. Zephyr tries to use Heather's bikini underwire to unlock the cuffs, but Tucker catches on and ruins their plan. Later, Tucker drugs both women. Zephyr wakes tied to a chair, while Heather is suspended over shark-infested water. Zephyr pleads for her life, but Tucker lowers her anyway. Heather is viciously killed by the sharks as Tucker films the whole thing. He then adds a lock of her hair to a creepy collection, trophies from his past victims. Zephyr, shaken but determined, stabs Tucker with a broken handle and manages to escape her cuffs. She runs and tries to swim for help, but Tucker tranquilizes her and drags her back onto the boat just as she's losing consciousness. Back on land, Moses uses security footage to track down Tucker's truck near Zephyr's last known location. He finds Tucker's boat and sneaks on board. He locates Zephyr and tries to free her, but Tucker returns and attacks. Moses fights back, but Tucker's assistant Dave, played by Rob Carlton, knocks him out. However, when Dave hears Zephyr screaming, Tucker silences him permanently with an axe to the head. Moses and Zephyr are both locked back up. Moses apologizes for not saving her. Zephyr tells him she's better off alone. But Moses opens up and says he knows she's someone who's always had to be strong, but she deserves someone to care. It's a quiet, honest moment in all the chaos. Tucker straps Moses into the same harness and lowers him into the water to be shark bait. Zephyr tells him to stay still, and it works. The sharks swim right past. Tucker, frustrated, pulls Moses back up and stabs him to get the blood flowing. Just then, a lifeguard chopper flies overhead, and Tucker quickly hides his captives again. Desperate, Zephyr tries breaking her thumb to escape the cuffs. When that fails, she bites her thumb off and gets free. She tries to call for help, but Tucker has already cut the power. He captures her once more, drugs her, and lowers her into the water. But this time, the sharks ignore her despite her blood, giving her the opening she needs. She pulls herself back up using a hook. Tucker knocks her off again, but Zephyr slips out of the harness underwater, sneaks back onto the boat, grabs a harpoon gun, and fires it directly into Tucker, sending him into the water where a massive great white shark finishes him off. Zephyr almost gets pulled in by the harpoon rope, but she cuts herself loose and climbs out. She fires a flare and signals a nearby party boat. She rushes to Moses, bleeding and unconscious. She tells him that he is what's waiting for her on shore, begging him to wake up. Slowly, he opens his eyes. He's alive, and for the first time in a long time, Zephyr smiles. Stay subscribed for more videos.